Hello, Aries. It's umomgtarot, and this is your someone secretly doesn't want you to know this tarot card reading. So let us have a look with the astrology reading cards. We're looking at their personality here. So it could be their sun, moon, rising, or just the energy that they're giving off towards the situation. And then we'll do a tarot spread and figure out what's going on. Like, what don't they want you to know? What's it about? Okay, and if you'd like your own personal reading, please check out the description for a link to my website. And yeah, let's pull your first card. And the first card is Scorpio. So the energy is intense, masterful, thoughtful, and magnetically charming, but also secretive and possessive. Your first sign is a water sign, and it's one that feels things on a whole other level of depth. Loyalty is the name of their game. And they really value true connections because they will bend over backwards to attack for those people that they care for. Then we have Libra energy. And the energy is diplomatic and gracious. It seeks harmony and balance in relationships. So Libra energy, between Scorpio and Libra, they cusp each other. So they're going to have interchangeable traits. I don't care what anyone says. And one of those traits is maybe bossiness and leadership. This is a kinder way to put it, leadership. And, Scorpio is ruled by the planet Mars. Libra is ruled by the planet Venus. So there's some yin-yang energy there where one hand washes the other. Scorpio is also ruled by an outer planet, Pluto. So it provides these bigger themes in this person's life. So it might be like kind of like an echo-ish effect. This person caring about, this person's overall intense. Like if they're bossy, it's an overall intense bossiness. This person values relationships. So we're talking about the fundamentals of you and I, babe. Okay, with this person. Then your next card is Taurus, more Venus energy. The energy around you shows the abundance of nature. It is rich, earthy, and productive, yet relaxed and slow. Okay, so we have this person. They're a lover. They're a lover, not a fighter. But, they can be stubborn. They can be bullheaded. And they can be bossy. So this person wants peace and harmony in their relationships. And that peace and harmony might just come from you doing what they say. Oh, some of you are like, oh, don't tell me what to do. Type energy. All right, I'm shuffling away at the Tattoo Tarot. That's your deck. And I'm going to figure out what in the hay they secretly don't want you to know. Because this person seems very, somewhat controlling or overly protective and just trying to balance relationships and keep everything cool or the way to their liking. Okay, if you want to flip over, you can flip over. If you want to do the flip, you can flip. And here is your first card, the Emperor. Didn't I tell y'all? They love to be that archetype, whether male or female. They like to be the Emperor. The Emperor, who is that? The head of the household. That is the leader of the group. That is the manager. Not the district manager, but the manager. Alright, so you could just count on them to do the do. There's no asking. There's an understanding that, hey, I'm a functional part in this relationship, okay? And I have some responsibilities that they will be met. Come hell or high water. It's also Aries energy. Then we have the Ten of Swords, and this card, although it's terrifying in other decks, the Ten of Swords in reverse is telling you that there are some situations that went down, but they're as bad as they're gonna get. So the suffering, it's just processing the suffering, or processing the event, more than more bad things coming. So some of you guys needed that. Then we have the Temperance card, beautiful. That is Sagittarius energy, healing and reconciliation. And then we have the Nine of Coins, which is a very confident card and very independent and successful card, which is interesting. And then we have the Three of Coins in reverse. So you guys have a bit of an interesting dramatic type reading. Let's have a look at the spread as a whole. So when it comes to what people don't secretly want you to know, it seems like they don't want you to know their struggles, their battles, the things that they go home and sleep and stress about. This feels like this connection takes place somewhere at work because we have a lot of pentacles here and that Taurus energy, and loyalty is the name of the game in relationships. Not enough cups for it to feel like a love relationship reading, but it's up to you. It's up to you. It's your discretion. You know what your relationship is. So the first archetype we got was the Emperor. It made me feel like this was the person. This is, all right, we got him. This is your guy. The Emperor is associated with Aries, who is also ruled by Mars, just like Scorpio. And so this is a lot of intensity. Like, this person's demeanor, their temperament might result in conflict because they're so intense. And not only that, they're also very bold. And they feel a sense of leadership, and that it could throw you off if you're like, okay, well, just, you want to wipe my butt too? Like, you know, they could be like that. But also there is a sense of responsibility where they will do the do if they feel responsible. I feel like this assertion, this way that they are, is rooted in something from the past, some baggage that went wrong. So now they're trying to prevent that, going hard to not have these endings happen so violently. And maybe, and it could be because they know themselves. They know what will make them explode. They know that what will make things be catastrophic or end catastrophically. So they don't want that in this relationship. They're trying to take the lead and make sure things work out, things go smoothly. And I feel like they're trying really hard to reconcile if there's any conflict between the two of you. They're trying to reconcile it in their head. But again, Scorpios, they're very vengeful, very, very, very vengeful. I feel like the quest is towards finding resolution between you and them. This painful thing that happened in the past is something that they almost carry with them, but they still want to work out because they carry it with them. It could be a betrayal. It could be insubordination, not listening to them. The Temperance card is associated with Sagittarius, which is easygoing. This represents healing and reconciliation, like I mentioned. And coming after the Ten of Swords in reverse, it makes you feel like, you know, is it what's done is done situation and let's move forward amicably? Possibly. It feels more like feeling that resolve of this situation and being okay with it. Whether that means, hey, we're breaking bread again, or it just means, hey, I don't get you, you don't get me. We're completely two different people, and my emotions are calm now because I get it, and it's resolved. Like, I get how 1 + 1 = 2, and that happened, and my part in it, and your part in it, and now I know, and I'm educated, not spiteful, not bitter, but I'm moving forward. That's the Temperance card energy. And I feel like there's this situation that is heavy with this person that, you know, they've reconciled, they've healed it in their head, but I feel like they still carry the baggage of it. They don't want you to know none of that. They don't want you to know if there's a situation that they had with you that went down where you guys were involved in conflict and you feel like you guys have both moved forward amicably. They do not want you to know if they're holding any resentment or animosity towards you, you know, so that you trust them and you make them, you know, so they have more power. Scorpio and Tauruses are trying to, you know, strategically have their power. And Scorpio, you know, you can befriend them and be cool with them again, but they'll always in the back of their mind be like, I remember that betrayal. And when the timing is right, off with your head. Kind of thing. All right. So then we move to the 9 of Coins, and this is where I go, okay, well, Scorpios and Tauruses and the Libra. Maybe, is there any hint of jealousy? Or, you know what I mean? Because 9 of Coins is representing that person who's very recognizably successful at what they do. This doesn't mean they have the perfect life. This doesn't mean that they have all the opportunities in the world, but they are recognized and known for the way that they carry themselves as far as what other people see. The outside perspective. Like, do they always wear good fashion? Do they always have high quality stuff? Are they all very worldly? How is their lifestyle? What is that? People recognize it as individualistic and independent and thriving. Just thriving to a point where this person can go on vacation and chillax. So the perception is with this person that it's all horrific, it's all good, it's all terrific. But I feel like, you know, this situation that happened back here, a past event that happened back there, potentially with a father figure, potentially with them trying to be that archetype and maybe having some trouble with that, asserting that dominance or whatever it is, very fiery. It feels like they are trying to resolve that, move past it, close that chapter in their life, move forward and look very positive. Like everything, like they got the world is at their fingertips. That's what you would think when you see them, and that's what you probably think that you know them now. But in reality, that throne, you know, there was some cutting, there was some cutthroat activities, there was some betrayals, there was some usurp foolishness, there was managing relationships, playing office politics to get to that spot. But they just want to look pretty. They want to show outwardly that they're doing well. But again, it's about the demons on the inside. It's about the thoughts on the inside. I feel like those affect them. Ten of Swords doesn't just show up for nothing. I feel like this person, even though they would like that to reconcile what went down and maybe rationalize wrongdoings that they may have done, I feel like that's their mission. That's what they're trying to do. And I feel like for the most part they have, but they still carry that event. And it might be a trigger. It might be a trigger for them. So then we have the Three of Pentacles. This is collaboration, working together with people. Again, this is why I'm holding on to the idea that this is a workplace situation, because group dynamics seem to be off. I mean, if you're recognized as independent and reliable and just a reputable being for how it's done, and then you head into the Three of Coins where there's collaboration and it's in reverse, it feels like maybe this person's I work independently. That might be another thing that you don't like about them and they secretly don't want you to know, is that they don't do well in group work. But if they have to do group work, they're not going to say that. You know, they have a hard time not shining. So you might find that they put themselves first. That might make sense because of the Emperor energy giving us the Aries energy. They're also very ambitious and assertive, and they put themselves first. They like to get recognized for what they do, for everything that they do. And so it might really alienate them from a group dynamic situation. So another thing you might find annoying. And in that situation, they might just be acting the way that they are because, again, Ten of Swords, they had a situation in the past that they've chalked it up to, okay, no, I'm good, it's fine, everything's good, cool, I've learned the greater lesson, you know? But they still carry some sort of, like, violent tendencies, you know, that people catch a glimpse of, and it probably throws them off in a group dynamic situation. So this person has a whole lot of, maybe they're a little bossy. It could be, you know, you're dealing with somebody who's a little bit bossy. You don't too much care for that, but you can deal with it. This person seems to have changed, but maybe not so much. Maybe not as much as they would have you think. You know, and I feel like if you're on guard because you're like, okay, well, you know, we had some bad blood before, but now we're good. Be on guard. Be on guard. If you have somebody who's been through the ringer and they just act a certain way towards group dynamics, and, you know, they seem to really, like, you know those people that just want all of the credit? Like, just make sure you know what the deal is, and be like, okay, no, I actually wrote that. That was actually my idea, but, you know, without the pettiness. You know, and don't let this person boss you around so that they can claim all of the credit for getting everyone to do what they wanted. This Emperor is a leader. They're going to lead, but if it's a group dynamic, hey, we all did it. Okay? So, some of you need to hear that. Some of you guys are like, oh, yeah, oh hell nah, I wanted a love reading. And, yeah, so that's just what happened. Right, there it is. That's your reading. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, please give the video a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Leave a comment, share the video, and if you'd like your own personal reading, check out the description for a link to my website as well as a link to my Etsy shop. And I will see you in the next one.